Denver Broncos. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Fielded about a yard deep, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. As we step aside here in this first quarter. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Let's go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let
Now a carry for Lindsey. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. They'll run. It's Lindsey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Bills will take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 44 yards on the ground. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13. Lock, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
He was brought down at the 26.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator. I got one. Check 3. Christian Travis.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
They give to Johnson going right. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run on first down. Benson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Check four.
Loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
You draw fourth.
36-yard line.
Switch.
On second down now, it's Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
6-6, pull it high. Snap.
They'll run it with Johnson. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Throwing his lock on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Ready.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. These two teams all tied after 1.
Ready, ready. And Juico.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Check 26, check 26. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
General West.
Check.
Shoot.
On second down, Johnson. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Bang, 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 bang. No, no, no. Check safety, check safety.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check out free.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
X3, 218, hit it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 3rd down, Lindsey. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Moore on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
34, right 34. Scoot.
Yeah.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 22 yards on the catch and run. A 1st down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
Safety's creeping. Check 50, check 50.
Greystone, travel.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get him, boy.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Shift.
61, matchbox lights.
Check in. Rabbit. Sponge.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Check 24, check 24.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Slam, slam, slam.
They go.
Johnson running right. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Lucky.
Topper! Get it!
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
53, Mike. Watch the run. Kill. He's checking. Crash.
6-6, pull it high.
25, check 25.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Undercut.
80 weapon.
Check. Crunch.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Mike, 53. Check back. Out. Shoot.
General West.
53 is the mic. Tackles. 53 is the mic.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A huge play there for Denver. 67 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
70, Indy.
On third down, block. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season.
15-1.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
X3, 218, chop. Check three. Check. Ready.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check nickel.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, it's Benson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Press down. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Protein spill.
Switch.
Now a give, right side. Johnson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check 13. Check 13. Push don't travel.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Matchbox lights.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Lee Griffin.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Get him. Whip. Watch the whip. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers.
Switch it.
Five.
On 3rd down, it's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Returning it is Moore. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. An update now from out in Southern California. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Topper!
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Watch the shoot. Check.
Ready?
They'll run on first down. Johnson takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter.
Watch the screen. Safe. Slam. 80 weapon. Tight dog. Shoot.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
General West. Hey, box truck. Go.
To throw on third down, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A good comeback there after the penalty, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Another run by Lindsey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? The Broncos on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Locke going to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. On first down, Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Locke to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory, backed up, in good situation. It didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
To throw it is Locke. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped.
Yeah, that's how we do, D.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Quick the edge, quick the edge. Come. He's coming. Hey, lock it. We got to get it.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. He goes full extension, and he's got it. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll go again with Lindsey. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
60 Pittsburgh.
Yo. Hatch it.
Protein spill. Check 52. Check. Deep grip.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the 2nd-round pick in 2018. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then in the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
18 Gators.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 36.
Christian Travis.
Wide. Get wide.
Let's go.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Kill.
61, Matchbox Lights.
34's a Mike. He's coming. Check him.
Hey, Zoo.
And bring it. Check 31. Check 31.
Yo, go. Yep.
Check Mike 34. Mike 34. Let's go, Ty.
Hey.
Mike 34.
Zoo snap.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defensive.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we